Good morning, and welcome to Morning Cereal. Okay, good morning, and welcome to Tuesday, people. And nicely done. We're really getting into this week, so we're really going to do this. And I don't know about you, but we've been getting some of those April showers, which is good because next week ushers in May, and along with that, those May flowers. Well, speaking of flowers, it's actually Earth Day today. So happy Earth Day, everyone. It's actually celebrating our planet and supporting ways to help protect her climate, right? Her biodiversity and preserve our ecosystems. I personally think it's really important for us to pass on this beautiful planet that we've been given to the next generation, right? And give it to them in at least as good of a shape that we received it. Well, today is also National Jelly Bean Day. So I know everyone can get on board with that one. The Easter Bunny actually brought several different types of jelly beans to our house this last weekend. We've got Sun-Kissed jelly beans, we have Sour Patch jelly beans, we have Jelly Belly jelly beans. The only ones we didn't really get were the OG jelly bean, the Brock's jelly beans. Those just don't really seem to measure up anymore. I don't know. Tell me what you think about it. Well, today's quote is from Jack Nicholson. Here it is. "With my sunglasses on, I'm Jack Nicholson. Without them, I'm fat and 60, end quote. So I guess some of us just need to get some sunglasses. Just kidding. A slightly more positive quote from Jack Nicholson is about staying curious and growing emotionally and intellectually, right? Jack Nicholson said, quote, "The minute that you're not learning, I believe you're dead." All right, well, today's news, facts, and birthdays are for April 22nd. We're going to start back in 1976 when on this date, Barbara Walters became the first female news anchor in the U.S. for ABC News. Then in 1994 on this date, the world's largest lollipop record was set. It weighed a whopping 3,011 pounds, and it was made by Bon Bon, a candy factory in Denmark. Well, I'm sad to say and report that that record was later broken in 2012 by American candy company See's Company with a 7,003-pound lollipop. That's well over twice the size of the record set in 1994. And for anybody wondering, the flavor of the lollipop was chocolate. And lastly, on this date in 2016, and in honor of Earth Day, the Paris Agreement on Climate Change was signed in New York. It bound 195 nations in an attempt to reduce the global average annual temperature increase to pre-industrial levels. Well, happy birthday to you if today is your birthday. You share a birthday with actress Amber Heard. You might know her from Aquaman. She's 39 today. NFLer Marshawn Lynch, he's 39 today. And actor Jack Nicholson, he's 88. Well, the number one song on this date back in 1995 was "This Is How We Do It" by Montel Jordan. Now, this song was number one heading into my last month or so of high school, so you can imagine this is a somewhat defining song for those of us in Gen X, and it actually earned a Grammy nomination as well. And it had some great lyrics in it, like "So tip up your cup and throw your hands up," or "Sell a million records and we're making the dash." Good, fun song. Well, let's make the dash to our book review. We are reading Stephen R. Covey's The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, and yesterday we finished Covey's first chapter, Inside Out, in part 1, which is Paradigms and Principles. And in Covey's first chapter, he highlighted the fact that each of us is making our decisions and behaviors based on our individual experiences and the way we see our world, what he defines as our paradigms. And that within each of us exists an awareness of certain innate foundational principles. And it's these principles, it's our character traits that we must tap into to make real change in our lives. And to this point, Covey makes the strong clarification between character traits like fairness, integrity, and honesty, and how they differ from personality ethic techniques, which are made up of insincere techniques and inspirational sayings to make us just try harder. Covey says that these personality traits are superficial band-aids or aspirin. They may only temporarily or situationally help, but they don't change the root of our beings. And for that real change, we must start inside out and addressing our deeply held character traits. So with that in mind, today we're beginning Covey's chapter number 2, which is the 7 habits, an overview. And like the previous chapter, Covey has a quote that defines the chapter under the title here. And the quote is from Aristotle, and it says, quote, "We are what we repeatedly do. Excellence, then, is not an act, but a habit," end quote. So Covey begins this chapter talking about how important and influential habits are in our lives. They essentially make up what makes us effective or ineffective. Covey says, quote, "Our character basically is a composite of our habits. Sow a thought, reap an action. Sow an action, reap a habit. Sow a habit, reap a character. And finally, sow a character, reap a destiny," end quote. But Covey makes a point here to acknowledge just how difficult habits can be to learn or unlearn. Quote, "It involves a process and a tremendous commitment," end quote. Covey likens it to the gravitational force of the Earth, right? When a rocket leaves the Earth and our atmosphere, there's a huge gravitational force that's bounding it back to the Earth, right? So most of the fuel, most of the effort in leaving the planet is used in those first few minutes right after takeoff. And Covey says it's the same with, quote, "breaking deeply embedded habitual tendencies such as procrastination, impatience, criticalness, or selfishness. They will take a tremendous effort, but once we break out of the gravity pool, our freedom takes on a whole new dimension," end quote. Well, nice work. It's a short one today because we're just setting the stage for what Covey is going to deliver to us as we make our way through chapter 2. And tomorrow, we're going to jump headfirst into Covey's first subchapter in chapter 2, which is entitled Habits Defined. Hey, thanks for joining us again today, and don't forget to give Mother Earth some love, and we'll see you back here tomorrow. Have a fantastic day. Don't forget to follow and subscribe to the Morning Serial podcast on the One Life Live It channel. You can find more episodes and videos by visiting our YouTube channel and the website at Sean Inglis and at SeanInglis.com, where you can also follow our other podcasts, the Mr. and Mrs. Inglis podcast and the Life Happens podcast. In these other podcasts, we'll dive deeper into everyday issues, self-improvement and well-being, business and finance, and we welcome special guests too. So join us. It'll be a good time, I promise. Thanks again for listening. Have a fantastic day, and we'll see you tomorrow.